Okay. Okay, cool. So, hi everybody. My name is Lindsay Ellwanger, and I am in IT and communications here at the Workforce Board. Today's webinar is about our student data portal and what it is and how do we report student data. I wanted to let you know before I get started that nothing has changed this year from last year. So if you're here, if you already know how to report your data and you're just waiting to see if anything is new this year, there is nothing new. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't waste your time. So this webinar is for maybe people who are new to data reporting or people who just maybe forgot how to use it, which is totally understandable because you guys only use it once a year. So I forget how to use it too in the off season. So we're all in this together. So just a couple of quick rules for the meeting, if you will. I muted everybody as they came in. If you could keep yourself muted and keep your videos off, that would be awesome, just to conserve bandwidth for the meeting. I'm pretty much just going to be showing a PowerPoint, and then I'm going to walk you through how to report student data on the actual website. If you have a question, go ahead and send a message via chat. I've got Barbara Mix here on the line with me, who is our Career Bridge expert, as well as Randy Smith, who works in our research department and is the other Career Bridge expert and student data reporting expert. Of course, both of them are. So if you send a message into chat, either one of them can answer them. Or if it's something they think that needs to be answered in front of the whole group, they can go ahead and interrupt me. And Randy and Barbara, feel free to interrupt me as I'm going along if you notice something that I forgot, because it's totally possible.
I will, Lindsay, don't worry.
Okay, thanks. See, good test, Barbara. We know you're there. Also, at the end of the webinar, I will open it up to questions, and everybody can turn on their microphones and ask questions. That's totally fine. Yep, so we've got the chat function if you need us in the meantime, and I will go ahead and get started. So like I said, my name is Lindsay Ellwanger, and we are talking about the student data portal and how to report your student data to us today. Our team is small and remote this year, so we did this last year as well. We are not back in our office as of right now. So everybody on our staff is still working from home. So if you need to contact us during this process, which you might, the easiest way is to email us, and I will give you that email later. And then we can either email you back. We're checking the data reporting email box multiple times a day, or if it's something that is too complicated to explain over email, we will give you a call. So you can call the Workforce Board. There is somebody answering the phone, but you won't get transferred to one of us because none of us are in the office right now. We are just floating heads in space. So, okay, so this year's student data report. What is the student data portal? It is a secure online system where you go to report your student data to the Workforce Board. We are continually updating it every year to make sure that it's keeping your student records safe. I don't think we were going to revamp the look of it this year a little bit, but we launched an entire new looking updated Career Bridge website this year. So we just didn't quite make it around to it this year. So next year, hopefully it'll look a little bit nicer. And of course, as you're reporting your data, if you have any thoughts or suggestions, we would love to hear them. We're always trying to improve the system and make changes with you guys in mind, because we know that you're the ones that have to actually log in and report your data. So we just want you to know it's a secure place for you to report your data, and everything's encrypted, and your data is safe with us. Okay, so the timeline for this year, toward the end of May, we asked you to start updating our CareerBridge website, and I will explain in a little bit why that's very important. But we sent an email out to each one of your schools has a CareerBridge registered user. So sometimes if you're a small school, it might be the same person for data reporting and CareerBridge. Sometimes it's not, depending on your school size. So if for some reason you need to contact your registered user to make some updates to your programs on CareerBridge, you can let us know, and we can help you get a hold of that person or tell you who they are. So we started asking these registered users in May to update the CareerBridge website. And then in the middle of June, we asked for everybody to be sort of done with that process. And what we do is we take all of the data from CareerBridge and we suck it over into the student data portal. So that's why it's really important, because the information that we're getting on your programs is actually coming from the CareerBridge website. And so you'll want to make sure that that website's updated so that we can pull over the correct programs and you won't have any problems while you're reporting your data. So the student data portal opened on July 6th this year. And of course, today is July 14th, and we're doing our data reporting webinar. The most important deadline on here is August 27th, of course, and that is the last day to report your student data before the portal closes. So make sure you get your data reported to us by then. If you don't, we will continually hound you with emails and phone calls until you report your data. And that's no fun for anybody. So please turn in your data report on time. Okay, what programs to report? So everybody's type of school is a little bit different as far as what type of programs to report. If you are a private career school, you have to report all of your programs to us. If you are a community and technical college, you have to report any non-credit certificate program evaluated for our state's ETP list. If you're a public four-year college, you have to report any certificate program that you want evaluated to be put on our ETP list. And if you're a private four-year college, you have to report all programs on our state's eligible training provider list. And I believe if you're not any of those types of programs, you have to report every program that you have. You have to report students for every program you have on CareerBridge.
That's right. I'm sorry, Lindsay. I was just going to say that is absolutely correct. Just consider yourself a private career school for this training purpose.
Sure. Okay. And by the way, I just wanted to remind you, so you're not like frantically scribbling this down. I will, after this is over, I will post this webinar to our website so you can go back and look at it. And also all of this information is on a page on our website. So don't worry if you didn't catch it now, it's available for you out there. Okay, so what students are you going to report? So you are going to report to us all students that are enrolled in whatever programs you need to report for between July 1st, 2020 and June 30th, 2021. We get a lot of questions about this. I'm not sure where this came from, but sometimes people have an impression that they only have to report students that are receiving some kind of federal funding or our Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act funding. That is not true. We need you to report all of your students. So any students that were enrolled in your programs between those two dates for whichever programs you report to us. Okay, and why do we have you report this data? Why does your data make a difference to us? So the Workforce Board evaluates the performance of career-focused education and training programs throughout Washington. And we take those results on employment, earnings, and completion rates, and we put them into what we call our consumer report card for programs on the CareerBridge website. So students can actually go check out those report cards on CareerBridge to help them make decisions about what program they might like to attend. And we also provide these results and results for other workforce development programs through our annual workforce training results report. And we provide that report to legislators and policymakers. So your data helps legislators and policymakers also. And finally, if you're a private career school, you're also required to provide data to retain your private career school license. So it's important for private career schools so you can continue to operate your school. Okay, and then one final thing on this before I go into how to actually report your data. Don't forget about CareerBridge. And actually, this is an old screenshot that I need to replace because CareerBridge got a facelift maybe a couple months ago. So it looks a little bit different than this now. But before you're able to report your student data, you need to make sure that your programs are updated on our CareerBridge website. So like I said before, if you are the CareerBridge registered user as well as the student data portal user, then make sure you're updating the programs. If you're not, know that we have been stalking your CareerBridge registered users. We've sent multiple emails to them. If you go into the portal and you notice that your programs aren't correct, then you will have to contact your CareerBridge registered user to get those programs updated for you. So let us know if you need to know who that is. Yes, so make sure you do that. That's very important. Okay, that's all I have on this before I move on to showing our sorry, before I move on to showing the actual website, does anybody have any questions? Or Barbara or Randy, are there anything else that you guys want to add? No? Silence? Okay, if I hear silence, I'll assume everyone's having a blast. So I will keep going. And Barbara and Randy, feel free to interrupt me anytime or keep those questions coming, or stop me if I miss something.
Yes, the same question. Why are we reporting is always comes in my mind. Just tell me one more time.
Sure, I will go back here. So, if you're a private career, are you a private career school?
That's right.
So if you're a private career school, you have to report your data to us. It's part of your licensing requirement. So that's the primary reason why you guys are required to provide your data. But we take your data and we take the results that we get from crunching your data on employment, earnings, and completion rates, and we put them onto CareerBridge. It's our consumer protection. The part of our job at our agency is consumer protection. So we post your results on CareerBridge, and then students can go check it out and see what earnings, employment, and completion rates students actually got while they were going through your program or after they left your program. So,
Got it.
But yeah, primarily if you're a private career school, it's unfortunately a licensing requirement. So
Got it. Awesome. Thank you so much.
cool, no problem. Okay, Barbara, Randy, anything? Cool. Okay. So now I'm going to go through how to report your data. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to our agency website, and it's www.wtb.wa.gov. Okay, perfect. So this is where you're going to want to go. I need to put something in here. So if you sometime later today, probably right here in the middle where it says find education and careers, I will replace that with a link that says, report your data today. And I will have it go straight to the data reporting page, so you guys don't have to look for it. So hold tight for that. Another way to get there is if you hover over private career schools and go right down here to student data reporting. So this is where all of the student data reporting information is. Okay, so this page.
Lindsay, sorry to interrupt you, but we do have someone that asked, can you make that address be larger so it can be read? I'm not sure what address this person's asking about, but that was a question that needed.
Oh, let's see. You know what? I can type it in the chat. How does that sound? I'll go www.wtb.wa.gov. Okay, there's that. Or here's I'm going to paste in the actual page into the chat. So there you go. There's the long page. Okay. So there is a lot of information that you can get from this page. Right here in this orange box is where you can actually go to access the student data portal. Here's information about the webinar in this blue box, which is obviously happening right now. And after it's done, the blue box is where I will put the recording of this webinar. So if you need to go back and look at something, that's where you'll find the link. So at the bottom here, you've got some frequently asked questions. This is the stuff I was talking about that I told you don't worry about writing down because it was on the website, mostly information about who reports, what students do you need to report on. And also, this is a question we get a lot that I'll get to, but I'll just say now so it doesn't get asked later. If you do not have any students, you still have to log in to the student data portal and report to us that you don't have any students. So I'll go over that. Also, I'll show you where you can do that. So this gray box over here is where you'll find all of the information you need to report data. So if it's your first time submitting data, so if it's your first time, if you've never done it before, or your agents or your organization switched people, then you need to actually go here and get this required authorization form. So you will download this form and fill it out and then return it to us. It's basically just telling us who you are, and then we're having you get an authorized person to sign it, like a school owner or an administrator, just so we know that you are the person that is reporting data this year and that you've been given the permission to do so by whoever. It says at the bottom, or mail it to us. That's okay if that's your only option, but we'd prefer if you just fill it out and then email it back to us at datareporting@wtb.wa.gov. Like I said earlier, there's nobody in the office right now. I think Barbara goes in on Thursdays, so it might take a week for her to get your form if you send it in on a day that she's not there. So PDF is better, but if not, we will eventually get it in the mail. So if you've never done it before, you got to come fill out this form and turn it back into us. Okay, let's see. Here's a user guide. Honestly, the user guide's probably pretty outdated. I would recommend just watching this webinar again, or so you can fast forward to the part that you need, or contacting us with questions. I think the user guide is pretty darn lengthy, so this might be easier for you. This link right here goes to the actual spreadsheet that you are going to download to put your students in. There's two ways inside the portal that you can report your students. You can either put your students in this spreadsheet and then submit your spreadsheet, or you can individually enter each student. We highly recommend, unless you have like maybe 1 or 2 students, that you fill out the spreadsheet. It'll just be a lot easier for you, because if you use the portal little entry sheet, you have to enter students one at a time. Yeah, so I will show you the spreadsheet in a minute once we get over to the data portal. There's a whole, well, you know what, let me just show you right now. So on the spreadsheet, there is a whole bunch of these columns of information you have to enter. And when you get over to the right side, there's a lot of things that have a drop-down menu, and you'll have to pick, you know, either 1 or 2, or, you know, 1 through 9. So the spreadsheet should show you like this when you click on a box that has a drop-down menu, what categories are under there. But sometimes people's computers do something weird and it cuts off part of the box, or if that doesn't work for whatever reason, we also have on our website right here this required code sheet. This code sheet shows you every single box step by step. So it goes through every single box and tells you, you know, what you need to put in each box. And once you get over toward the drop-down menus, it'll show you, you know, here are the numbers you need to enter to go to match with that column. So if you need that, it's right there for you. Hopefully the spreadsheet will just work, but you know how technology is. Sometimes it just does weird things. So you might want that. I think this link probably goes to the webinar from last year. It's probably the same as this year, but I will upload the new one. So once you get your authorization form filled out, if you need to, or if you've done it last year and you get your spreadsheet, you are going to want to go over here to the student data portal. This is the link right here. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, so this is the student data portal. If you don't know if you have an account, like if you're not sure, if you can't remember if you reported last year, or if maybe you're a school owner and you're not sure who your registered user is, you can email us and we will send you a list of people who are authorized to report data for your school. If you have somebody that you know was authorized and they left, or you know if they don't work there anymore, or they're no longer going to be your data reporting person, please let us know so that we can mark them inactive on our website so that they're not able to log in here, and that's for your security. So also just a note for the people who are also the CareerBridge registered users. On CareerBridge, we only let each school have 1 registered user per school. And that's not the same for the student data portal. So the student data portal can have, your school can have more than 1 person that's allowed to report your data. So if you're not sure if you have an account, contact us. If you don't have an account, you know you don't have an account, you get one by sending in that assurances form. And then we will take the form and we will add you to the student data portal and create an account for you. And then you will receive an email that I believe just has a temporary password so that you can go log in with a password, a temporary one, and then it will help you create a password when you log into the website for the first time. So let's see, another thing, if you forgot your password, and this happens a lot, go ahead and go right down here to the forgot your password box, and then you're going to type your email in and hit reset password. If you hit reset password once, please give it a minute or two to email you your temporary password. Sometimes people get a little excited and they hit reset password a few times in a row. And if you hit it a certain amount of times in a row, it'll actually lock your account and it'll tell you that you're locked out of your account. So please try to give it a couple minutes before you do it again. If you do happen to lock yourself out of your account, no big deal. Just send us an email and we will get you unlocked. So there's a link right here to contact us, or down here. Also, if you click on that, it gives you our email and our phone number. Once again, there is somebody at the front desk answering this phone, but they'll transfer you to one of us and it'll just go to our voicemail, and then we can call you back. You just won't, if you call, you won't be able to directly get a hold of one of us. So or if you want us to give you a call, send us an email and just say, hey, can you call me, and leave your phone number, and we can go ahead and call you back.
Lindsay, one thing
Yeah.
I'd like to say regarding the reset password. I'm not sure if this is still an issue, but if you don't get the reset password, check your spam email. Sometimes it will go there. At least it used to with our old server. I'm not sure if it does with our new one or not, but always check your spam.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Barbara.
I have forgotten. I've forgotten myself to do that, so I'm just trying to remind people.
No, that's great. And yeah, we did switch over to a different hosting service this year. So if there's anything weird happening, please let us know, because we switched over to something new, and I guess we'll see if I think it's working better so far, but let us know if you see any problems. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the login page. And does anybody have any questions before I log in? Or Randy or Barbara, do you have anything else to say?
Not right now. When you get to the student data entry, be sure to go through the forms entry, because we had some specific questions about it.
Gotcha. I will. Okay.
And Lindsay, one other thing, could you check the date on column U? One person seems to be having a problem with the dates, and I just want to make sure it's working.
Yeah, I can. And also, one thing I forgot to mention was, so this spreadsheet, make sure that you're using this year's spreadsheet. It's pink. If you try to upload a spreadsheet or use a spreadsheet from a different year, some of this stuff we've made some specific adjustments to, so it won't let you put in a certain date, because you're only supposed to be reporting for a certain time period. So make sure that you're using the spreadsheet that is pink on top. I think last year's spreadsheet was green on the top. So if you're using one that has any other color than pink on the top, that's not the right one. So make sure you go to our website and get the correct one, because that's usually what happens when people are trying to enter dates and the dates aren't working the correct way. So make sure you've got the pink one, and hopefully you'll be good to go.
And also make sure that you use our spreadsheet, not your own. If you don't use ours, it will not load.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and we've improved the spreadsheet in the last few years with these yellow boxes that hopefully are helping you report and not making it more complicated. So yeah, please use the spreadsheet that we've provided, and hopefully you won't have any problems. But if you do, you can always contact us. Okay, lucky for me, I remember my password because I wrote it down yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And this is what you should see. Nope, this is my administrator account. Okay, so in your account, you will not see, I'm in the wrong account. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, it's data reporting at wtb.wa.gov.
Thanks, Randy. Hold on, let me try to get in the right account. I don't remember the password. I don't remember my own password. How's that?
Well, you could reset it.
Well, unfortunately, my email box is broken. My data reporting email box is broken because we're adjusting some other fun things right now. We're our agency as a whole. Sorry, I'll just talk while I'm looking for my password. Our agency as a whole is moving over to a whole new sort of platform. And so some of our emails are going a little wonky right now.
Lindsay, if nothing else, I can always reset your password if I know what your school name is.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Give me just a second. Sorry. I went and wrote mine down instead of the test account. Sorry, everybody. Nothing can be perfect, right? Okay. Where did I put it? I made a really complicated spreadsheet with everybody's passwords, and then I can't find anything whenever I am looking for it. Yeah, Barbara, you might have to reset my password. I can't find it.
What's the name of the school?
It's Lindsay's Awesome School.
Okay, I will reset it, and let me just log into data reporting and go to Lindsay's Awesome School.
Man, I really did lose my password. See, it even happens to us, you guys. Not even we're safe from losing our own passwords. That's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. I just wrote the password down and thought, oh, look it, I put it right here, but I didn't.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to.
You know what? I found it.
Good, because I was trying to deal with the cat too, so.
Okay. Sorry. Hold on. I am so sorry, you guys. This is. I keep yeah, like I said, I keep the passwords on a bunch of different spreadsheets, and I just mixed up the two that I wanted. Oh, and now my account has been locked. See? This is what happens when, here, I'll show you. I'll resume my share. This is what happens when you try to enter your password too many times. It'll tell you that your account is locked. So, Barbara or Randy, can you unlock my account?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, thanks. I'm glad this is being recorded for quality control.
Okay, since this is just a temporary, I made it password ***. Password is capitalized
word star.
Okay. There we go. Thank you, Barbara. Sorry about that, everybody. That was really fun.
In the meanwhile, can you just show once more how we logged into the workforce board? So I went to this workforce board and went to the private career school, then went to the students data reporting.
Yep.
And then
it's right here. It says in this orange box, click here to access the student data portal. And I can make it bigger too. I can go edit the website after this and make it bigger. Would that be helpful?
yeah.
Okay. Or make it a different color or make it stand out more. I can do that. I wrote it down. I will do that after this meeting. Okay. All right. So when you log in, you should see your school name at the top of the screen. My school is called Lindsay's Awesome School. So if you see another school name that's not your school, you're in the wrong place. So it gives you steps right here that you're going to want to follow to go through this process. So step one, you're going to want to view your programs, and also the view your programs and continuing students are also over here on the side. So you're going to want to look at your programs, and these right here are the programs that we are expecting you to report to us on. So this is where that career bridge piece comes into play, because if what you have on career bridge is different than what is on here, they won't match and your reporting will get messed up. So if you look at this screen and you see either programs that you have that aren't listed, or maybe there's an old program on here, please go ahead and send us an email and we will help you get it sorted out. So this is the first place you want to go check, because these are the programs you have to report on. Okay, so then we're going to go back to data reporting steps. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your continuing students. So these are students that you marked last year that they were continuing the program. So we're looking at data for students who exited the program, but you also have, if your students continued on from last year, then we want to know what happened to those students this year. Either, they're still continuing on, or maybe those students are done this year too. So there we go. I have one continuing student. So you can actually hit export from here, and it will export this student into a spreadsheet for you. And then you can keep adding students onto that spreadsheet. So you would just want to make sure that any students that are on this list make it into your data reporting, or make it into your report for this year. Okay, so then we're going to go back to the steps. View instructions. I'm going to skip these instructions. Once again, I would recommend just coming back to this webinar if you need help, instead of looking at the actual instruction list, because it's really long. And for me personally, it's easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, so once you looked at your programs and your students, you're going to go ahead and click this Start Your Report button, or there's also Start Your Report over here. Like I said before, your programs and continuing students are also over here, and so is Start Your Report. So you're going to click on Start Your Report. So like I said before, there's two different ways to report your student data. You can also get the Excel template from here, as well as back on this website right here, the spreadsheet. So it's just, if you make it all the way in here and realize, oh shoot, I forgot to download the Excel template, you can download it from here. One thing I do want to mention, once you download the file, make sure that you save it on your computer somewhere. I've had situations where people uploaded the file, or they get all their students entered and they upload the file, but they have to fix something, and then they can't find their report anywhere because they forgot to save it on their computer. So please download the file and immediately save it somewhere so that you don't spend a bunch of time entering students and then lose your spreadsheet. We don't want you to lose it. That would be so sad for you. So you can either enter students into this Excel template, which I would highly recommend, or you can enter your students one at a time. And I would only do this if you just have a few students. So I'm going to click, I'll show you what this form looks like. Okay. So you are going, and you can also search for students in here from past reports if you want to. So I'm going to add a student, and it just has you go through, and it has, the nice thing about this is it has some of your stuff pre-programmed in here. So you can't, it's easier to not get errors from this form because it has stuff pre-populated in here. So you would go through for one student and fill out all of this information, and then either save, or if you have another student, you can click save and add another, and it'll take you to another screen, another blank screen, so you can enter more students. This view thing in the middle, if you get on here and it looks really funky, it's probably because you have your view set to list. I personally don't like this view because it looks crazy and it scrolls all the way out here into space. So if you hate that and it shows up this way, make sure you click view and click form, and that'll bring it all up nicely right here in the center of the screen. Okay, so I am going to go back to start your report.
Sure to mention the thing about the saving individual students or save and add another.
I said that. Do you want me to show it again?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you add a student, you're going to want to type all of their information in, and then either hit save right here or hit save and add another if you're going to add another student. Okie dokie. So I am going to pretend like I have spent some time doing my data report. So after you're done entering your students into the Excel template, if that's the way you choose to report your data, you're going to click upload Excel file, and then you're going to choose your file. So you're going to go find it on your computer wherever you saved it. And mine is in here, and I'm going to hit upload data. So when you upload your data, it'll either tell you your data is good to go, or you'll get this fantastic message that tells you some invalid data was found in the spreadsheet. You will need to fix the errors in the file and upload again. But luckily, it gives you a list of spreadsheet errors. So if you click this link that says view all report errors, it will show you, okay, here's my error in row 4. My program. Okay, so when you're doing these errors, this is the most common error you'll get. So it must be an exact match of information on your programs page. So something I entered in row 4, let me see, I will pull up my spreadsheet. So something I entered in row 4, it's telling me one of these first 3 columns, location, program title, and program award type, have to exactly match these 3 columns or it won't work. And it even goes down to like the capital letter, or if you spell something wrong. So it looks like in row 4, I accidentally spelled decent wrong. So once I fix that, it should let me upload my spreadsheet just fine. So yeah, you're definitely, I would say, I don't know, almost all of the errors that people get have to do with either having the wrong location for the wrong program or misspelling something, or a lot of times this award type column, the inside the data reporting site, it'll say certificate and people will put like certificate of completion or something. And that needs to match exactly as well. So make sure that these 3 columns exactly match these 3 columns. Okay, so so I am going to pretend like I fixed that. I'm going to go back to the start your report page, and then I'm going to re-upload my Excel file. And if you get stuck, if it's telling you all sorts of stuff and you just can't figure out what is going on, please send us an email. Do not email us your spreadsheet. It has obviously probably social security numbers in it. It has a lot of confidential student records in it. So if you just tell us that you have errors and you can't figure them out, we can actually see your spreadsheet on our end. So don't worry about trying to get it to us. But yeah, please, please, please don't email any data to us. So yeah, but we can help you figure out what your errors are. So I'm going to go choose file, pretend like I corrected it, and upload it. Okay, so this is what it will show you if you have no errors. So congratulations, my data records are uploaded. So the last thing you're going to do is you have to go to this Certify and Submit page. So check for errors on this page or Certify and Submit. Okay, so when we get to this page, there are a couple of programs I had that had no students. And so it wants to know why, if there's something written in red here, that means there's an error with this. So reason is required. So it wants to know why these 2 programs didn't have any students. So I am going to go over here and hit edit. Reason, I'll pick one from the drop-down menu. Did not offer training. Explanation. I think COVID is a pretty good explanation for everything right now. So I'm just going to hit save. And then this one, I also need to mark a reason and type an explanation in. So once I've resolved all of these errors, you're going to want to click right here and certify that your report is correct, and then hit submit report. Before I do that, I forgot one thing that I wanted to mention before, which was on the start your report page. If you have no students at all, so it's grayed out right now because I've already uploaded an Excel file. So if for some reason you accidentally upload a file, but you don't have any students, just let us know and we can erase the file on our end, and then this won't be grayed out anymore. But if you have no students at all, you just have to click the little drop-down menu and pick the reason, and you can type in an explanation and then hit certify no students. So that's what you'll do if you have no students at all. But if you just have certain programs that don't have students, it will catch it on this screen and just make you select a reason and explain. So I am done with my report. I'm going to hit this box that says I certify this report is correct, and I'm going to hit submit report. And once you submit the report, it'll show you right here, congratulations, your student data report has been successfully submitted. Am I correct, Barbara? It does not send you any kind of email or anything. This is the only indication you'll get that your report is submitted.
That's right. If you're absolutely OCD about it, just send us an email and we can confirm whether or not you got it. But otherwise, this is the only thing you get, the congratulations.
And at that point, you are officially done. And if if we have any problems with your report, we will reach out to you. And when I say we, I mean probably Barbara. So yeah, if we have any problems after you get the congratulations message, we'll contact you. If you don't hear from us, everything's great. So with that, that's the end of what I had to say. If you want, let's see, you can unmute and ask some questions. If anybody has any questions that haven't been answered in the chat, or okay, nobody has any questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. I just wanted to clarify, there was just a few screens back when you said that there were absolutely no students for any of your programs, which is the situation that we're in this year due to COVID. We just click on that particular button and state the reason. So am I understanding correctly that actually no physical form gets submitted?
You still have to submit a form if you have never reported data before, but other than that assurances form that was over here, this like authorization form saying you can report your data, if you've done it before, yep, all you need to do is go to this start your report page, and then on step 5 right here, you just click a reason and then certify no students. And I think that's it, right, Barbara? Does it make you go on to certify and submit your report?
You do have to go on and certify and submit, but because that's the only way that we get notification that your report is done. But then it just says that you certified that you had 0 students.
Yeah, so you won't actually upload any data or anything. You'll just click the drop down, pick a reason, certify no students, and then go here and certify and submit.
Did you want to try it? I could return your report.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, here, let me show you. Yeah, so if you submit this and it says you're good to go, and then all of a sudden you're like, shoot, I forgot to enter, this class of students, or I forgot to enter this student, you can contact us and we can actually click a button that will dump your report back out so you can upload a new report. Okay, let's find out if it worked. Randy, just let me know once you did it.
I'm just getting rid of the students right now, so it'll be just a sec.
Okay. Okay, while we're doing that, does anybody else have any other questions? And also, if you don't have questions now, but you come across something that you have a question about later, feel free to contact us at any time. Like I said, we're here to help you, and we are checking that email box multiple times a day. And if you do need a phone call, we can give you a phone call. We're not avoiding talking to you on the phone. We're just not physically in the office. So
I do have a question for you.
okay.
So I typed it in the chat, so ignore it in the chat. So I asked the question about the reporting period. So our school, our academic year is basically like August 26th through August 16th.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 summer terms, or 1 summer term, it's 16 weeks, but we offer 2 sessions in that term.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the sessions is done in June, and we're easily able to report that. But should we be reporting the ones that it starts like June 28th, or should we hold those and report them for the next year? Because that's before our ad drop. So they could be withdrawing from the program with no consequences before the 30th of the month.
So if they start before the 30th, you're going to want to add them into your spreadsheet and then just hit one of the options on this spreadsheet is program enrollment status is number 3, still enrolled in the program as of June 30th.
Okay,
So you just pick 3 for all of those students. And then next year, when you report data, then when you go to continuing students, all of those students will be listed right here. And then you can hit export and it'll export them all into a spreadsheet for you.
okay,
So yeah, so if they start before June 30th, then you'll need to add them to your report.
but if for whatever reason the dates fall, it should never fall into July. It always has been the last week of June that the classes begin.
Mhm.
But if for some reason it does fall into July, we would wait and report those the next year, correct?
Yeah, so if your program started July 1st, 2021, then you would not add those to this year. You would wait till next year.
Okay,
I
Yes.
always think of it as a snapshot on June 30th. So imagine what it was like right on that day and then report it like that.
okay.
That's smart,
We-
Randy.
We're thinking that we needed to do it as the snapshot date, but after our ad drop was over. So that's what we were concerned with. We wanted to make sure that wasn't true.
Yeah, well, then if they say that you start June 28th, you'd add all those students and then somebody dropped July 1, then next year you just report that they dropped.
Okay,
So, okay, so back to the question we had about the no students. So pretend that I have not uploaded any Excel files. So this would be typable once you get here. Then you'd pick a reason, did not offer training, further details, whatever, COVID. And then you'd hit certify no students. And then it blanked both of those out because it's saying, oh, okay, you didn't have any students. You don't have to upload anything. Or you can undo it, it looks like, if you mysteriously found a student. And then you'd go to certify and submit. And again, it shows right here, I reported no students for all these programs. And then you'd certify this report is correct and you would submit it. And then you'd also get the same congratulations message. So there you go.
Lindsay,
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So Barbara has been helping me on the chat, but I just wanted to provide clarification. So thank you, Barbara, for that info. But the only item we report for, at least for my area, is we offer the traffic flagger certification.
Mhm.
It used to be a short-term certificate, 0 credits. But we have removed it from our catalog and we offer it, we use CoreStorm for registration and collecting all the information. And we actually did request to remove it from the Career Bridge database, but I'm looking at it, I pulled it up and it says it's an award type of short-term certificate. So my question is, I'm assuming we still have to report on this information, even though it's not a short-term certificate?
Barbara, I'll let you answer since you were
Yeah,
talking in the chat.
I'm looking up Columbia Basin. You are Columbia Basin, right, Jesus?
Yes.
I'm looking you up right now to see if your program is still listed here. If it's not, then you have nothing.
Your audio, I think, is cutting out, at least on my end.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm working from 2 different computers. I know.
As one does.
I took the traffic controller off. I'll have to check your guys' listing again because I have one that I don't think you still offer. So basically you can just ignore doing a report this year. All of your information comes through SBCTC.
Okay, great.
Cool. Good for you. Great answer. Okay. does anybody have any other questions? I know we're a few minutes over time, so. Cool. Well, if nobody has any other questions, feel free to take off. We'll stick around for a few more minutes just in case anybody has any remaining questions. But thank you guys for coming today. Hopefully you learned something new or you are feeling refreshed. And we're hoping that this won't be too difficult of a process for you. Like I said before, we're here to help. So if you need anything, please reach out to us. And right after we're done, I will post this webinar to the website as soon as it's available to me. So have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, Debbie, I just saw your question. I'm hoping the recording will be up later today. I think it takes maybe an hour or so to process on the back end of Zoom. And then as soon as I can, I will download it and post a link to it.
Great. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.